Reusability. So we say a software is reusable if it can be used to construct another product, but with little modification. So you are developing a new product, you will utilize the existing ones, and you will utilize those reusable things, and you will modify it a little bit, and you will construct your new product. So that's reusability. And we are pretty familiar with code reusable, right? Over 90% of source code in new applications is reused code, right? And also we are pretty familiar with library functions, reuse of library functions like math functions, math libraries, reuse of GUI gadgets, reuse of plugins, themes, macros, extensions. So we usually reuse those things to develop new product. And not only these, we can also reuse their design patterns, we can also reuse their application framework, right? And some reuse of application framework is like Smalltalk, Swing, um, and like there is not only source code, so there is application reuse, there is component reuse, there is object and function reuse. So that's why we call it reuse based software engineering. So you have to plan it before you start working on it. And why we will use reuse? Because it will save the cost, it will accelerate the development process, and also it will reduce your effort, and it will reduce the bugs. Portability. So it's portability is actually defines that how well it can be run on different environments. So if you develop a project for one environment, how well it's performing on different environments, so that's portability. And the phrase like to port, what it actually means, it means that you will modify the software and make it adaptable to work on a different computer system. Suppose if you say porting an application to Linux, what does it mean? It means that you have to modify the program so that it can be run in a Linux environment. So that's portability. It's actually a form of reusability. Suppose if you talk about assembly codes, what do you think? Is it portable? No, assembly codes are not portable because it's specific to processor type, so that's why it's not portable. But if you talk about a code written in programming, some programming language like C or Java. Okay, let's talk about C. You have a software that's written in C. So whether it's portable, I will say that yeah, it's fairly portable because C compilers are readily available for the majority of operating systems. So that's why it makes C programs very portable. Even if we talk about PDF or JPEG, these file formats are less portable than others because it depends on the availability of appropriate software applications. So that's why these are less portable than others. And portability also reduce the development costs. Interoperability. Software is interoperable if it can coexist and cooperate with other systems. So here an important word over here is cooperate. So that means if you are talking about two systems, suppose let's say you are sending information from your mobile to a tab through Bluetooth, so that's interoperability. Okay, you are communicating, it's cooperating with other systems. But don't confuse interoperability with compatibility. Compatibility is different. Compatibility is actually means that it simply hold residence in the same environment. But in interoperability, you have communications, but in compatibility there is no communication. It's a technique by which two or more application or system interact with the same environment, but with each other, but do their task independently without interfering with each other. So in compatibility, It means that you have two software systems. They're residing in the same environment. Those applications are residing in the same environment, but the applications are not communicating with each other. That's compatibility. But in interoperability, it it has to communicate with other. So communication exists over here.